Before you surrender to sleep tonight, ask yourself this: what are you planting in your mind before it dreams? Because the thoughts you repeat in silence become the blueprint for your reality. Tonight isn't just a pause, it's a portal. And what you whisper to your soul before bed could change everything by morning. We spend our days chasing, working, reacting, but it's in the quiet moments before bed that the real transformation begins. Science tells us our subconscious mind is most active in those final minutes before we drift off. That's when the mind absorbs, rewires, and reprograms. So if you've ever wondered why your mornings feel heavy, why your confidence shakes, or why peace feels distant, it might be because of what you've been unconsciously feeding your mind at night. This isn't about wishful thinking. This is about commanding your inner world before sleep, so your dreams begin building a new reality. Let's explore the 9 most powerful things you should tell yourself before bed tonight. Spoken not with desperation, but with conviction, with belief, with presence. Let them echo through your spirit. Number 1, I am safe. I release control. These 7 words hold the power to melt years of tension in a single breath if you truly allow them to settle deep within your soul. You see, most of us go through life in a silent state of high alert, clutching tightly to the illusion of control, believing that if we just worry hard enough, anticipate everything, micromanage every outcome, maybe we'll be protected from pain, from failure, from uncertainty. But what this really does is trap us in a constant cycle of fear and exhaustion. Before bed, when your body begins to slow down, but your mind races faster, that's when this affirmation must become your anchor. Tell yourself, I am safe. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because safety isn't only the absence of harm, it's the presence of deep trust. Trust in the present moment. Trust in your journey. Trust that the universe, God, life, whatever name you give it, is holding you, guiding you, and carrying the pieces you can no longer bear. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to solve every problem tonight. You are allowed to put the weight down. You are allowed to breathe, to rest, to soften. Control is an exhausting illusion, and releasing it is not weakness. It is the greatest strength, the ultimate surrender, and the deepest faith. By whispering this affirmation, you're not giving up, you're giving in. Leaning into something wiser than your worry. You're making a conscious choice to release the frantic energy of what if and replace it with the peaceful presence of what is. Remind yourself gently that your nervous system is not meant to be on high alert 24/7. That healing only begins when the body feels safe, when the heart lets go, when the mind stops fighting. Tonight, speak to your inner child who once learned to survive by controlling. Tell them they don't have to protect you anymore. You got this. You've grown. You're safe now. Let your muscles loosen. Let your breathing deepen. Let your thoughts float like clouds passing by. You are safe in this moment. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is demanded of you. Nothing is expected of you right now. The world can wait. Sleep will not judge you. Tomorrow will arrive on its own time. But for now, you choose peace. You choose to release the gripping hands of control and instead open your palms to receive softness, stillness, serenity. Let this be your prayer, your promise, your practice. I am safe. I release control. Say it again and again until your heartbeat slows, your spirit exhales, and you feel yourself returning. Not to a place, but to yourself, the version of you that doesn't carry everything, the version of you that trusts, the version of you that finally sleeps with ease because you remembered you never had to hold it all alone. Number 2, I forgive myself and others. These 6 words may sound simple, but within them lies the power to unlock years, sometimes a lifetime, of emotional imprisonment. Most people go to bed each night with heavy hearts, replaying conversations they wish had gone differently, judging themselves for things they did or failed to do, or silently holding on to grudges that have long outlived their purpose. But holding on to pain, anger, resentment, or shame doesn't punish the past. It poisons the present and pollutes your future. Forgiveness is not about excusing hurtful behavior or pretending wounds don't exist. It's about choosing to no longer be a prisoner to that moment, that person, or that version of yourself. When you say, I forgive myself, you are acknowledging that you've made mistakes, yes, but also that you are human. You are growing, learning, healing, and beating yourself up every night only reinforces a false belief that you are unworthy of peace. Don't turn it off. Beating yourself up every night only reinforces a false belief that you are unworthy of peace. Self-forgiveness is a radical act of self-love. It's telling the younger you, the unhealed you, the impulsive or fearful or unaware you, I see you, I understand you, and I no longer blame you. It's choosing grace over guilt. Because the truth is, you've always done the best you could with the tools, awareness, and consciousness you had at that moment. And now that you know better, you can do better. But guilt must be released to make space for growth. Likewise, when you say, I forgive others, it doesn't mean you approve of what they did. It doesn't mean they were right or that your pain was invalid. Forgiveness means you're refusing to let their actions continue to control your emotions and energy. It means you value your peace more than holding on to justified bitterness. Because anger, left unchecked, matches into hate. Resentment becomes poison, and you deserve more than to live in the shadow of someone else's behavior. Forgiveness is setting yourself free from the emotional cage someone else locked you in. It's reclaiming your power, your sleep, your spirit. Before bed, as you whisper these words, I forgive myself and others. You're not forgetting the past. You're simply deciding not to relive it. You're acknowledging the pain, learning from it, and then choosing peace over punishment. And understand this, forgiveness is a process. You may have to say it night after night, and each time it will sink a little deeper, loosening the grip of old hurt. Some days you'll mean it fully, other days barely, but keep saying it anyway. Keep choosing healing, even if it feels far away, because every time you forgive, you take back a little more of your peace, your power, your light. Let these words cradle you tonight, like a soft blanket for your soul. Let these words cradle you tonight, like a soft blanket for your soul. Let them clean the emotional wounds that fester in silence. Let them whisper to your spirit that you no longer need to suffer for yesterday. You are not defined by what hurt you, nor by what you regret. You are defined by how gently you rise above it. So, exhale the guilt, release the grudge, and rest in the beautiful truth that forgiveness, real, honest forgiveness, is the doorway to deep and lasting peace. Number 3, I am proud of myself. These 5 words carry the warmth, validation, and inner strength most people spend a lifetime waiting to hear from others, not realizing the deepest, most transformative praise must come from within. To say I am proud of myself is to finally acknowledge your quiet battles, your invisible endurance, the strength it took just to keep going on days you felt like breaking. In a world that teaches us to measure our worth through achievements, comparison, and external approval, we often forget to honor the courage it takes just to show up, to face another sunrise, another challenge, another disappointment, and still try again. So tonight, before you drift into sleep, look beyond the to-do lists and timelines and ask, what did I carry today that no one else saw? What fear did I face that no one clapped for? What pain did I rise from in silence? You don't need a standing ovation to be worthy of pride. Sometimes it's getting out of bed when everything in you wanted to give up. Sometimes it's choosing kindness in the middle of your own storm. Sometimes it's putting on a brave face for the world while healing quietly behind the scenes. That is strength. That is resilience. That is something to be proud of. And when you affirm this, I am proud of myself, you're not just speaking into the past, but declaring a new relationship with your present self. You're telling your inner child, the one who was once overlooked or constantly pushed to do more, that they are enough as they are. You're telling your exhausted adult self that effort matters more than perfection. You're saying that your progress, no matter how slow, still counts. You're saying still sleeping better today than myself than ever matters more than perfection. You're saying that your progress, no matter how slow, still counts. You're acknowledging the habits you're trying to change, the boundaries you're learning to set, the self-respect you're building brick by brick. And this pride is not arrogance, it's not ego, it's deep self-recognition, an honoring of the journey, not just the destination. It's standing in front of the mirror and saying, I see you, I appreciate you, I value your growth. Because when the world goes quiet and the lights are off, the only voice that truly stays with you is your own. So make it a kind one. Make it proud. Don't wait until you've made it to celebrate yourself. Celebrate the small wins, the triggered moment you didn't react to, the honest conversation you had, the night you chose rest over burnout, the morning you didn't quit. Those are victories too. Tonight, let this affirmation wrap around your soul like a soft light, healing, validating, strengthening. Let it remind you that no matter how messy your journey looks, you are showing up, you are trying, you are growing, and that deserves recognition, because you are not just surviving, you're evolving, and that's worthy of every ounce of pride. So take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and say it again. Not as a whisper, but as a declaration. I am proud of myself. Not for being perfect, but for being real. For being here. For being you. Number 4. Everything I need is already within me. This powerful truth, when fully understood, becomes the most liberating realization a human being can ever come to. Because for most of our lives, we are taught to seek fulfillment outside of ourselves, to chase approval, success, validation, love, and purpose in the world beyond us, always believing that the next achievement, the next relationship, the next milestone will finally make us feel whole. But the truth is, the search is not outward, it's inward. When you affirm, everything I need is already within me, you are no longer subscribing to the illusion of lack or the myth that you are missing something. You are stepping into your own sacred completeness. Within you is the strength to overcome heartbreak, the creativity to rebuild after loss, the resilience to endure pain, and the wisdom to guide your own steps. You don't need someone else's permission to be worthy. Nor do you need anyone to fix or complete you. What you seek, peace, clarity, joy, direction, has always been planted inside you, waiting for your attention, your stillness, your belief. This affirmation is not a denial of your struggles, but a bold acknowledgement that the answers to your healing don't live in someone else's hands. The love you've been craving can first be found in how you speak to yourself. The courage you're looking for is hiding beneath your fears, waiting for your call. The confidence you desire is rooted in the acceptance of your flaws and the celebration of your progress. And the guidance you need? Every next step, every solution, every moment of clarity emerges not when you frantically search the outside world, but when you get quiet enough to listen to the soft voice within. The one that's always been whispering, you are already enough. In a world that profits from your self-doubt, choosing to believe in your inner sufficiency is an act of quiet rebellion, of radical empowerment. You begin to walk differently, breathe differently, sleep differently, because you are no longer trying to prove anything. You are simply expressing the power that's always been yours. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, remind yourself, you were not born empty. You are not a shell waiting to be filled. You are not broken. You are not behind. Everything you need to face tomorrow, to heal what hurts, to rise again, you already possess it. It's in your heart, your intuition, your spirit. It's in the way you keep showing up even when no one sees, in the way you begin again despite the fear, in the way you hold compassion for others while learning to give the same grace to yourself. Don't look outward for your foundation. It's already beneath your feet. Don't wait for someone to save you. The Savior is within. So tonight, breathe deeply, release the need to chase, and come home to yourself. Say the words not as wishful thinking, but as undeniable truth. Everything I need is already within me. And let those words echo in the silence of your soul, lighting the path from who you were told to be, back to who you truly are. Number 6. My future is bright and aligned. These words are more than hopeful. They are a declaration, a sacred promise to yourself that despite the storms you've weathered and the uncertainties that still linger, you are walking a path guided by purpose, clarity, and divine timing. Too often, we allow fear to narrate our future before it even arrives. We imagine worst-case scenarios, dwell on past failures, and convince ourselves that good things are reserved for others, not us. But when you affirm that your future is bright and aligned, you are choosing to shift the story. You are choosing faith over fear, alignment over anxiety, intention over chaos. You are reminding yourself that life is not a random sequence of events, but a beautifully orchestrated journey, one that becomes clearer and more purposeful the more you trust your inner compass and let go of what no longer serves you. Tonight, as you speak these words to yourself, let them dissolve the weight of uncertainty. You do not need to know every detail of what's coming next. You only need to believe that it's unfolding in your favor. Alignment doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means everything is purposeful. It means you are exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons you're meant to learn, shedding the layers that no longer reflect who you truly are. Even the delays, the detours, the heartbreaks, they are not failures. They are redirections. They are clearing the way for something better, something more true to your essence. Your future is not just a continuation of your past. It is a canvas of possibility, shaped by the choices you make today, the energy you carry, the beliefs you speak over your life. And when you choose to believe that it's bright and aligned, you begin to move differently. You begin to move differently. You become less reactive, more intentional. You stop begging for validation and start walking in quiet confidence. You stop chasing things and start attracting what matches your energy. The relationships you desire, the peace you crave, the abundance you seek, they begin to gravitate toward you because you are no longer vibrating from fear, but from trust. Say this affirmation as a reminder that your best days are not behind you. They're being written right now, in this still moment before sleep, as you plant seeds of hope and faith into your subconscious. Let your breath slow, your mind soften, and your heart open to receive the truth. You are not lost. You are aligning. You are not broken. You are breaking through. You have become strong. You're breaking through, and what's ahead is not just brighter, it's a reflection of the deep work you've done, the quiet resilience you've built, the courage it took to keep believing in yourself when nothing made sense. So sleep tonight, not with worry, but with wonder, not with dread, but with deep trust, because your future is not only bright, it is aligned with who you truly are. And when you wake up tomorrow, let that belief guide every step, every choice, every word. Your future is bright and aligned, because you've decided it will be. Number 7. I am grateful for this day. It may seem like a simple sentence, but when spoken with sincerity, it becomes a powerful anchor for your spirit, a bridge between chaos and calm, a reminder that even in the midst of imperfection, there is still something sacred to be found in the ordinary. Gratitude is not about denying what went wrong. It's about acknowledging what still went right. It's recognizing that even if the day didn't unfold exactly as planned, even if you faced challenges, setbacks, or silence, there were still breaths taken, lessons learned, moments survived, and small quiet victories that deserve your awareness. When you say, I am grateful for this day, you are choosing to close your eyes, not with complaints, but with appreciation. You are signaling to your mind that it is safe to let go of the tension, that it is okay to release the overthinking, and that there is beauty in simply having made it through. Gratitude transforms your perspective. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from noise to meaning, from pressure to presence. It opens your heart and realigns your energy with peace, and when practiced consistently, it rewires your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Tonight, as you whisper these words to yourself, think beyond the obvious. Maybe today didn't bring breakthroughs or applause, but maybe you had a kind conversation, a warm cup of tea, a moment of silence, a deep breath you didn't even notice. Maybe you held back tears when you could have broken down. Maybe you kept going despite feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you simply made it through, and that in itself is something to be deeply grateful for. Gratitude doesn't require perfection, it only requires presence. And the more you notice what is good, the more good you begin to notice. This day, in all its mess and magnificence, was part of your journey. It brought you one step closer to clarity, healing, or peace, even if you can't see it yet. Be grateful for the mistakes they taught you. Be grateful for the pauses they gave you time to breathe. And be grateful for the pauses they gave you time to breathe. Be grateful for the tension it revealed where you need to let go. Every hour held something of value, and by recognizing it, you are anchoring your soul in truth. You are telling your subconscious that life is not just something to endure, but something to be witnessed and honored. Gratitude turns your ordinary days into sacred ones. It turns a simple evening into a moment of spiritual alignment. It reminds you that no matter what's missing, there is still so much that remains. And that mindset, that heart posture, will carry you into tomorrow with more light, more peace, and more clarity. So tonight, say it with reverence and softness. I am grateful for this day. Let it be your final thought, your emotional reset, your spiritual exhale. And as you drift into sleep, may that gratitude wrap around you like a quiet shield, reminding you that even if today wasn't perfect, it was still precious. Because you lived it, you felt it, and now you've blessed it with your awareness. Number 8. I choose peace over perfection. These 6 words hold the power to liberate you from one of the greatest silent prisons of modern life, the endless pursuit of being flawless, the exhausting performance of getting everything right, the constant inner pressure to meet unrealistic standards that were never truly yours to begin with. Perfection is a moving target, always just beyond your reach, demanding more of your time, your energy, your joy, while offering little more than fleeting validation in return. But peace is available to you right now, in this moment, if you are willing to release the need to prove, perform, or please. When you say, I choose peace over perfection, you are not giving up on excellence or growth. You are giving up the toxic belief that you must earn your worth through struggle or flawless execution. You are choosing your well-being over your obsession with control. You are choosing to rest instead of obsessing over what could have been done better. You are choosing presence over performance, softness over self-criticism, humility over harshness. You are giving yourself permission to be fully human, beautifully imperfect, and entirely enough. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, reflect on the moments today where you felt the weight of should. I should have done more, been more, said it better, looked better, achieved more. Let it go. Those thoughts only rob you of the serenity you deserve. Instead, honor the truth. You did what you could with what you had, and that is worthy of peace. Choosing peace means accepting that mistakes are part of learning, that setbacks are part of growth, and that being whole is not the same as being flawless. Peace is not found in controlling every outcome or fixing every flaw. It's found in the quiet acceptance of what is, and the loving decision to be kind to yourself anyway. When you stop chasing perfection, you create space to simply be, to breathe, to connect, to enjoy, to live. You begin to see beauty in the imperfect, meaning in the unfinished, and strength in the gentle surrender. And the more you choose peace, the more your nervous system can relax, your heart can heal, and your creativity can flourish. Perfection tries to impress the world. Peace transforms your soul. So tonight, let go of the need to have it all figured out. Let go of the version of yourself that's always trying to earn rest. You are already enough. You are already worthy. You do not need to be perfect to be loved, respected, or successful. You only need to be present, true, and willing to give yourself the grace you so freely offer others. Say it with tenderness. I choose peace over perfection. Let those words quiet your racing mind, soften your tight chest, and guide you into a night of deep, healing rest. Because peace is not just a feeling, it's a decision, and every time you choose it, you reclaim a little more of yourself. So tonight, choose peace, not because everything is perfect, but because you finally understand it doesn't have to be. Number 9, I am loved, guided, and never alone. These words are more than a comforting thought. They are a sacred truth, a deep spiritual knowing that transcends circumstances, emotions, and the illusions created by fear and isolation. In a world that often leaves us feeling disconnected, unseen, and burdened by the weight of silent battles, this affirmation becomes a lifeline, a reminder that even when the room is quiet and the night feels heavy, you are never truly by yourself. There is a presence, a divine intelligence, a higher power, a protective force, always walking beside you, even in your darkest hour. When you say, I am loved, you are not just referring to romantic affection or family ties. You are acknowledging that your very existence is an expression of love. You are here because love created you, sustains you, and surrounds you in ways both seen and unseen. You may not always feel it in human form, but love is there. In the gentle kindness of a stranger, the strength of your own heartbeat, the synchronicities that show up when you most need reassurance. When you affirm, I am guided, you are releasing the need to have all the answers, to control every outcome, to carry the weight of uncertainty alone. You are trusting that even when the path ahead is unclear, you are being directed towards something greater than what you can currently comprehend. You are being led not only by your own wisdom, but by a higher wisdom that whispers through your intuition, your dreams, and the quiet nudges you feel deep within. Life is not random. It is rich with purpose and meaning, and you are being gently steered through every twist, every delay, every redirection for reasons your soul understands, even if your mind does not. And when you say, I am never alone, you are breaking free from the lie that tells you you have to face this life by yourself. Even in solitude, even in moments when no one checks in or understands what you're going through, you are being held. There are forces you cannot see. Angels, ancestors, energy, God, the universe, that have not abandoned you for a single second. You are surrounded by love that doesn't need words, support that doesn't need to be visible, and guidance that never fails. Tonight, as you close your eyes, let this affirmation wrap around you like a warm blanket for your soul. Let it soothe the parts of you that feel forgotten, overwhelmed, or unsure. Remind yourself that you don't have to do it all alone, because you never have. Your prayers have been heard. Your tears have been seen. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Even in your silence, you are deeply known. Speak it softly. I am loved, guided, and never alone. Let those words echo through the chambers of your heart and calm your racing thoughts. Let those words echo through the chambers of your heart and calm your racing thoughts. Let them cradle your spirit into a night of deep, peaceful sleep. Because you are not abandoned, not overlooked, not lost. You are eternally connected, unconditionally loved, divinely led, and forever held. As you prepare to drift into sleep, remember this: your evening thoughts are not empty words. They are seeds, and what you plant in your mind at night will grow silently in your subconscious, shaping your energy, decisions, and emotions by morning. That's why these 9 powerful affirmations matter. They are not just phrases. They are healing frequencies. They are gentle reminders that you are safe, worthy, evolving, and connected to something greater than yourself. You don't have to carry the weight of perfection into tomorrow. You don't have to relive old pain or rehearse worst-case scenarios in your head. Let tonight be different. Let it be intentional. Be mindful of what you consume before sleep. Not just food, but thoughts, media, emotions, and conversations. Protect your peace. Guard your inner sanctuary. You owe yourself a quiet mind and a rested soul. Disconnect from distractions. Dim the noise of the outside world and tune into the quiet voice within, the one that knows you are not broken, not behind, not alone. Before bed, don't measure the day by what went wrong. Instead, honor yourself for showing up, for trying, for breathing through the chaos. Celebrate the small wins. Release the self-judgment. Surrender what you can't control. Let go of the urge to overanalyze or rewrite today's story in your head. It's over. Now you rest. Now you heal. Now you restore. And if the day brought pain, remember that healing doesn't always look like joy. It sometimes looks like rest, stillness, or tears you finally allowed yourself to cry. That too is progress. That too is sacred. You don't need to have all the answers tonight. You just need to trust that the answers will come in their time, and that while you sleep, your spirit is working on your behalf. So as you lay your head down, let these final moments of consciousness be filled with love, peace, and trust. Now, let us pray together. Dear Divine Source, Creator of all peace and light, tonight I come to you with an open heart and a weary mind, asking not for more, but simply to rest in the truth of your presence. Thank you for carrying me through this day, through the known and unknown, the highs and lows, the visible and invisible battles. I surrender all that I cannot control into your hands. I lay down my burdens, my doubts, my worries, and I replace them with trust, gratitude, and calm assurance. Wrap me in your protection as I sleep. Let no fear disturb my mind. Let no regret steal my rest. Remind me that I am safe, that I am loved, that I am never walking this path alone. May my heart heal quietly in the silence. May my body renew itself with deep, uninterrupted rest. May my soul return to peace, aligned with my purpose and guided by your will. Help me wake with clarity, energy, and courage. Help me speak life into tomorrow, just as I now speak peace into tonight. And for every soul reading this, bless them deeply. May their worries ease, their hearts soften, and their dreams whisper truths that bring healing. In peace I close my eyes. In faith I let go. In love I rise again. Amen. Now sleep gently, for your spirit is aligned. Your future is aligned. Your future is unfolding, and your soul is safe.